guys, it's Julia, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a video review. Again, I've been doing them a lot in a row, and I know that because I'm pre-filming a lot, so I'm doing a lot of them, but it's just every book this month I'm trying to review. Some I may not, especially if they're like mangas or something, but I have so far reviewed every book except for the two that I'm going to review now. One of them in this video, one of them in another one. But yeah, so today I'm reviewing Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This is my second book by her. I read Dark Places previously. I also have a review for that, but I did read Dark Places previously and I enjoyed that one a lot, like a ton, and this one was a tiny bit of a letdown. I just didn't love it and I just thought it was meh, and I almost actually DNF'd it, but I did finish it and it was worth finishing, I would say. So this book, I want to start off with, has trigger warnings for self-harm within it, and it is like a thriller, so there's going to be some, not gore, but it's going to be disturbing. So just know that before picking it up, and if you are any way triggering to any self-harm or anything like that, please don't pick it up because it goes into a lot of detail and it will most likely be a lot for someone who's triggered by that kind of thing. But the book is about a girl named Camille, and she is our female lead. And basically she is a reporter and she has to go back to her hometown to get all the details on this murder that's been happening. And it was, one girl was murdered previously a year ago and her teeth were taken out and she was killed, and it happened again with the same MO. So yeah, that's what happens, and she needs to go and to find out more, and she has to go back to her hometown and figure that out, and she has to get all the details, and we watch as the crime actually unravels and who it is and who did what and who's the actual killer and all this stuff. And while she's reporting it and trying to get details for her paper, magazine, one or the other, I don't really remember which one it was, but yeah. This book really weird. It was really different compared to Dark Places. If you have read that or you haven't read anything by her, or if you just read this, I will say though this is her debut, so I could notice the difference in the writing. I could notice that Dark Place was a lot more advanced in the writing. This lacked a little bit. I was just a little disappointed for her, but for like writing, like if I wasn't comparing it to the book, it was good writing but not as good as the other one, but it was still really nice writing. And Stephen King blurbed it if you care for that, but yeah, I like him and he blurbed it, so that's great. But the writing in Dark Places was a lot better, and I love Dark Places so much more. And I will say, at 30% I was not liking it at all, but it does pick up after that. It does pick up after there and start to get better. We'll say that the characters are all really messed up. We have our main character Camille, who was previously in a psychiatric ward. That doesn't mean she's messed up, but I wouldn't label her as a very likable character, but none of them really are, honestly. But sometimes that's the way books are written. Their characters aren't lovable. Like villains, usually obviously they're not lovable, but yeah, she just wasn't likable at all. And neither were any of the other characters. Her mom, Amy, it was like A-M-M-A, and it was her sister, and that girl, oh my gosh, it's weird to think that she's my age. Well, won't be soon, but she's 13, and she, if you've read it you know, but damn, she does a lot of stuff that she shouldn't. So yeah, and just everyone's screwed up is all I'm gonna say. It's just messed up. I was kind of disappointed again, I will say. I thought it was gonna be a bit better than it was, and the actual resolution of the story, I pinpointed half of it, so I did catch the twist. I caught half of it, and then the other half I didn't get, but I got the first half, so I'm happy with that. But it just wasn't like too shocking. It wasn't the best thriller, I would say, ever. And overall, I would pick this up if you haven't read many thrillers. Like, I haven't read a huge amount, but I have read some really good ones, and that I compare this, when I'm comparing this to that, I just can't give it a 4 or anything higher. But I gave this a 3.25. I may lift it 3.5, but nothing higher most likely. But yeah, and it is short. It's 250 pages, but the writing is a bit smaller than average and it is quite condensed, so it may take you a bit longer than expected. And it's just also an adult and it's a heavier subject matter, so it could take you a bit longer than you expect for a book like this. And it took me a bit longer than I wanted it to. Maybe 2 days. That's too long for me, but yeah. So I want to get into a spoiler section, so if you haven't yet read this book, I would leave now so you will not be spoiled. And for you guys who are leaving now, I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye! Bye! If you haven't read it, bye! Hello, welcome to the spoiler section. We'll be discussing the resolution of Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. So yeah, let's get into it. So we finally get the resolution of the story. This is not going to be long, but we finally get the resolution of the story, and who I knew it was her mom. Like, there's so much foreshadowing for that, like halfway through or something, or even the first, I think halfway through I started to suspect her. It's just, you can just, if you watch it, you can pinpoint it. It's not that hard to pinpoint, but I didn't know, like, her mom killed her daughter, because she was like poisoning them because she wanted to like take care of them, and I was like, what? This isn't right. And then Emma, I don't know, she was Camille's other sister and her mom's daughter, obviously, and she killed those 2 other girls because she has a lot of anger issues, and when she feels that people aren't looking up to her and they're paying more attention to someone else, she just eliminates them. And they went to her and Camille and Emma at the end of the book. They went to, I don't know where it was, New York, I don't know, but they moved. And then she has this friend Lily that she brings home and she's hanging out with, and Camille really liked her, and Emma saw that and she didn't like that, so Camille ended up dead, and that's how we got Emma as the other killer. So those 2 people gone, and it left on a kind of bad note for the self-harm aspect with our main character, because at the end she has like 1 spot left, it was on her back actually, where she hadn't done anything. So we end it with her like not stabbing herself, but like cutting herself in that empty spot, and then that's it. I'm just like, what? That's not a good ending. Well, it was like an interesting ending, but it wasn't. I wanted more resolution than that for her as a main character. But I'm happy she's living with Curry and Danielle, or who lives there, the other girl. But yeah, I just thought it was okay. Let me know your thoughts down below and what you thought of it. I'd love to know, and I'll see y'all very soon with a new video. Bye!